All right, so Deb is ready to get into her bath gown. So what I already did is make sure that she's up in the sling. Also making sure that these leg flaps are out from under her legs, and that her hips are rotated, and also her right leg is over her left leg. All right. Yes. So the first thing you're going to do is taking her arms out of both of the sleeves. So I kind of take the outer gown and I making sure to bring it down her back and not out towards me. So I just bring it, make sure that's not gonna get caught. And then I grab her elbow here to kind of lead her hand out, and just like that. And then also same thing here. The inner gown's a little easier just because there is an open back. So making sure to pull it down and keeping her covered. All right. And then also, it's that side. Okay. And then on the same side, or do the same on the other side. Bringing it down in the back, and then I kind of grab her elbow to kind of guide the sleeve out, grabbing her wrist. And then with this side, I'm going to kind of cup her tricep area and then pull the outer gown out so I have something to grip onto when I roll her. And then same thing, down, back, her arm, and then grabbing elbow, and then down forearm, and just like that. Huh? Yep. All right, and then I'm gonna grab the new inner gown, and then I'm just gonna lay it right on top of her, and then I'm going to put her arms through, so I'm just gonna grab her forearm, and then through the sleeve, I'm gonna grab her elbow, and then just bringing her gown up. Yep, and then we'll kind of situate this whole thing after. And then same thing, going through the sleeve, grabbing her elbow, and then bringing it up. Okay, good. All right, and then now you can take the inner gown down here and just bring it straight down. All right. And I'm just gonna fix up here, fix her elbow area. Yep, so if you look at her gown, you can see the seams. So I'm gonna make sure that the seam is lined up here, and then tucking in by her elbow or her armpit, just like that. Okay. All right, good. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the new outer gown, and then you're going to, how do I explain this? So it's like putting on a coat. So this arm here is going to be for that hand that she's moving. And then you're just going to bring it over. So you want the extra just to kind of lay next to her. And then putting her arm in the sleeve. Okay, and I'm just going to straighten it out here. And then all this extra I just kind of leave to the side. Making sure the seam is next to her side so like I know where it is when I roll her. All right, once that is situated, how does your arm feel? Armpit. And then I always ask her, like, how do the arms feel? And then either you have to move it up a little bit or pull both sleeves down just because they get caught. All right, you ready to roll? Oh, yes, most important step. You're going to want to tuck this side of the outer gown, of the old outer gown, underneath her. And try to get it under as far as you can. Also making sure to push down on the bed and then in. Just for skin reasons. And the sling is still under her, so it might be a little harder, but just making sure to keep pushing down and under. All right, ready? All right, so now I'm gonna find the old outer gown, and then grabbing in the same spot where you would normally roll her, and then also in the mid area up here. And making sure you have a good grip, just like normal. And then, ready? And up. And then before taking her old outer gown off, I will cover her up with her new one. And then that's when I'll start at the bottom and just pulling it down. And I'll just toss it on the ground. All right, then here it is very important to line up the seams. Since she is rolled and we're kind of here to fix the gown. So I want to make sure this side, doing good? Okay, this side is lined up with her side. also with the armpit area, kind of pulling up towards her. Good. All right, and then also this part here by her neck, I'm gonna pull it up towards her head, but then I'm gonna take the arm, or the sleeve part, and tucking it underneath her armpit, and not above, just because it's easier to put her arm in when the sleeve is down. But making sure this is still up. And then with the rest of this, I'm going to tuck down and under. And making sure there's, try to prevent her wrinkles here. All right, more up. And then sometimes her inner gown may be wrapped around, so I just find the inner gown here, and I kind of pull it, hold on, there we go, pull it away from her. Sometimes it's a lot. All right, ready? Okay, and making sure you have both gowns when you roll back. Watching the elbow. Okay, and then before rolling her hips, I need to make sure I have the new outer gown, so I'll start by her knees, and I'll kind of make my way up. And then this is when I'll adjust her hips, just so she's comfortable. Ready? Back just a touch. Okay. And then from here, making sure you don't bring the sleeve up quite yet, because you need to get her arm in there. So I'll just take the sleeve, and then put her hand in there, and then I'll kind of cup her shoulder to bring the rest of the gown up. And then I'm going to pull up on the collar. We did pretty good there. Yep, and then this is when you kind of play around with the gown, making sure it's straight and that Deb is comfortable. Just going to pull it down. All right, and just like that.